Welcome to the Drake and Josh podcast. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Jacob.
And I'm Will.
We got Will back again. It's another week.
He's back. We promised and we delivered. We didn't think it was going to happen, but Will took some PTO, so he's here.
Hell yeah.
So today we did the Treehouse episode.
Which we thought
was a bottle.
Was a bottle episode.
Not
Turns
a bottle
out
episode.
it's not. A pseudo bottle? It's a wannabe bottle.
Yeah, it has bottle elements.
It's not even, though, because they cut
not true.
to the outside of the treehouse.
Constantly.
So it's really not.
It's really
at
not
all.
a bottle
It's not even
episode.
close to a bottle episode.
But do we have any housekeeping?
You're only saying that. Okay. I forgot my microphone this time.
Oh.
I really thought that's what you were trying to get at. Oh, okay. Well, I forgot my microphone. And so we're only recording on one mic today.
So if it sounds weird, it's because we're recording on one Blue Yeti mic.
I'm sorry, everyone. It's on me. Whatever.
It's fine. Hashtag throwback to the first season when we were just doing it on Trevor's mic.
Yeah, everyone. Now your mic's getting some solo work like mine got.
A little bit of solo action.
And a good Blue Yeti plug.
Exactly. Another housekeeping thing is me and Will are losing our jobs.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be a fun little excitement in
Yeah.
the next couple of months. Pound it out, brother.
4 months until unemployment. Hello.
Do we have any other? Oh,
We're in the middle.
no. The only other thing I can think of is that you shouted out the wrong link last time. But
Yeah.
But that's because we were too drunk. I sincerely apologize for the last episode.
Yeah, same.
We were hammered.
I apparently was the most sober last
Trevor
time.
was dead sober.
Trevor
At least it
sounded
sounded
great.
like.
Well, yeah, I brought a lot of chaotic energy, I guess, and I apologize for that.
And it's going to happen again.
My goal today is 85% less shout-outs, and also the correct shout-outs when I make them, so... just in case, it's a soundcloud.com/craft_beats, not craftbeats_, as previously stated.
Yeah. I went back and I found the link and I put it in the description.
My boy.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
I got you because I didn't want it to be fucked up for you.
Another thing, we're currently in the middle of a heated Risk game.
It's not even heated.
It's not
Trevor
heated
won.
at all. Yeah, Trevor already won.
Trevor swept immediately.
It's my first time playing, also.
So he.
I don't think I've
defense.
swept you. I think there's a chance for everyone to come back. If you guys team up against me, I think I don't have a chance.
There's definitely not. We could probably post a photo of the game as it is right now.
Trevor's being humble.
Yeah.
It's a humble brag.
He's being a bitch.
This is not being humble. This is every time I thought I'm winning, I end up losing horribly. So...
Listen, so Trevor has all of Asia, so +7 continent
And
bonus.
Australia.
And he has Australia +2 continent bonus. Will has no continent bonus. He
Nothing.
just got Africa taken away from him.
Yep.
He has most of South America. I accidentally cucked him in the beginning. It wasn't accidental in the beginning. I didn't realize he would need it so bad.
No, it's fine.
And I have North America. So he has +7, I have +5.
I got zeros.
I have a chance, I guess. Will is desperate.
Oh, no, I mean,
at best.
I have no idea what's going on. This is my first game of Risk in my life. And
in the last round, you were...
I was just sending it.
You were giving up.
I was sending it. I'm not going to say that I was throwing, but I was also actively trying to lose. So maybe I was throwing.
What the hell, man? Come on.
We'll be probably playing other games also tonight once we finish that one up.
Smash.
I assume it's going to end probably the next round we go through it. It'll probably end.
So by next episode, we might have a result for you guys.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be starting a new game by then. My shoot is to get 2 recordings in tonight. Thoughts?
It's doable.
It's very doable.
Because Abby will be pissed if we don't.
Yeah, she will be very mad.
And also, we're significantly less intoxicated than we were last time.
Are we, though?
Also,
I
again,
think so.
I apologize. Yes, I think we are.
think we are.
I definitely.
You guys, maybe. Me, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah,
what are we drinking?
We're currently drinking Ale Apothecary. Apothecary. Thank you, Jesus.
Gotcha.
El Quattro, but this is the special cherry version.
It's very
It was
good.
aged in cherry with ripe cherries in
Brandy and wine
brandy
barrels.
and wine barrels.
Bend, Oregon.
I just want to say that I love it.
It's very good.
It's good. It's been sitting in my beer fridge for over a year.
yeah,
also,
it's tasty.
And it's a good time.
Trevor got me for my birthday. He got me these little like beer cylinder things.
Stones.
Beer stones, and it makes it taste bubbly, like it's from a tap. Like it's always freshly poured from a tap, basically.
Yeah. If you hear any clinking, that's probably the beer stones.
It is amazing. I love how carbonated it makes it.
That-
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I also the Game of Thrones
Monopoly, which we will play probably not tonight, but maybe next time, because that would be 2 heavy games.
That would be 2 really heavy games in one night. That would be a little much.
And we are drinking in. Trevor's got a Game of Thrones glass that he has gotten me for a previous birthday.
I did get you these too. I forgot about that.
I have the Coors can glass, and Will has a Uncle John's hard cider mill can glass from Michigan.
Acquired on your recent trip.
Also, yeah, because I just went to Michigan with Abby for the first time. That's where her family's at. Michigan was dope. Very beautiful. Very spread out. Probably wouldn't live there. Grand Rapids was cool, though. I could see myself living in Grand Rapids. Probably the only spot in Michigan. But that was very
Detroit
dope.
is cool.
Apparently, it's on a lot of lists for millennials to move to because it's very cheap.
Really?
What about,
And there's tech. There's tech stuff there.
what about for boomers?
For boomers, I think they actually have been pushing them out, unfortunately.
Right.
We've been talking about not to talk about booming.
We've been on a hot boomer streak.
I decided in.
So
That's
back.
my one.
Okay,
Yeah.
the episode.
Yep.
So we started the episode out with what was the
You got notes?
Mouthful of pickle chips. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
have too. At a barber. It was when he was at the barber.
The Pops. No, he wasn't at a barber.
No,
The
that's
Pops
what he
is
said.
after the cold open.
No, that's what
no,
he
that was during the cold open.
No, he
I
was
thought.
telling a story to his friends at a restaurant, but he's like, I had a mouthful of pickle chips at a barber, and then he gets cut off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but the Pops were that Drake ate the last of Megan's fruit
Popples.
Popples.
Because popsicles are actually a copyrighted term.
Is it?
It is. I was listening to a history podcast a couple weeks ago, and apparently it is.
I had no idea it was a copyrighted term.
No, nor did I.
Yeah, popsicle is a copyrighted
That
term.
sounds like bullshit.
It's not, I promise you.
That's.
Do we think it's popple or popo? Because they sound.
Oh, I
they
thought you
sound
said
like
popple.
Okay, cool. So let's go.
I mean, I don't know. I wrote down popple.
I wrote popple and popo. So
I did Popple.
I feel like I remember
popple.
Popple. Yeah.
Okay. Bad name.
But yeah, Megan was pissed.
And that was about it.
Yeah.
So leave a pause there.
But also, Drake threw his phone in a glass of water.
Yeah, Josh calls
did to
him
end
like
the
I
call.
can't. Josh calls him and is like, I can't believe you ate Megan's last Popple.
Yeah, so he starts to fake interference on the phone. He's like, "Oh, I can't hear you, Josh. What are you saying?" And Josh
I can
is
hear
like,
you fine.
Yeah, so then he just fucking.
He's like I'm
dumps
underwater, and drops it in his glass of soda. I
So
assume.
Will is shaking his head right now. He hates this episode.
Not a fan.
So
I remember this episode being better than it was.
I want to ask a rating so bad, but I know that's for the
No,
end.
that's
we're
for
gonna
the
wait.
end.
We're gonna wait. I
I
think,
know, but like I really want to know where he ranks
No.
on a scale of this
No.
to Bobo. 'Cause
No.
Bobo was like
Tricky.
such a forgettable episode.
It's tricky because again,
This episode is such a meme.
It's a big meme.
For anyone who missed the last episode, I've never seen the show before.
Yeah.
So, Dinner with Bobo and Treehouse are my first and only episodes I've seen.
Which is totally fine.
Totally fine, I guess.
Well, also kind of sucks considering they're both not. The Dinner
not
with Bobo
peak
is
episodes.
so forgettable.
Yeah, but Treehouse, this episode is, it's like, it's very classic. Like,
Yeah, it
like,
is.
I feel like it's still a good episode for him to have seen. Because it's still one of the classic episodes, so you can get a gauge of the classic episodes. Are you
Yeah.
in my email right now? Trevor just pulled up because we forgot to pull up IMDb. He popped up. I guess I'd forgotten to close out all my tabs. I was applying for jobs this morning.
Yeah, I think my biggest stumbling block for this episode is I came in expecting a bottle episode,
Yeah.
and almost immediately that vision was shattered.
So
Then I was kind of just thrown off the entire time.
And I definitely agree with that because I also came into it with that because the
Yeah.
last time I watched this, I was a kid and all I remembered was the treehouse.
Yeah.
I didn't, but when I rewatched it, I did start to remember the twins and shit like that.
Yeah.
But so do we want to talk about bottle episodes for a second?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I feel like we should still talk about them.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
I prepared
just because we
for
did
that
so
episode
much
talk.
research.
So
Yeah.
we'll introduce what bottle episodes are.
Yeah, of course. So a bottle episode is a TV convention. Generally, it will happen at a time where production is trying to save money on an episode, and they'll typically use a existing or pre-existing set and then the entire episode will take place in one area, right? So there's a lot of classic examples.
Yeah.
Obviously, Seinfeld has a few. The one in the Chinese restaurant where they're waiting for a table the entire time.
Fantastic episode.
Great episode. Friends has a lot too. Most famous being the one where everyone is late. I think when Ross is trying to get to a gala and waiting for everybody to get dressed.
Yeah. When I googled it, that was on the
That's
Wikipedia page.
Right. So
it was the Chinese restaurant first, and then the Friends episode, and then The Fly. I think.
Yeah, and then obviously most recently not most recently, but
yeah, because still it was
in terms
still
of
probably
notoriety,
like what 2011.
Yeah,
when did Breaking Bad came
ago.
out?
I think it was like 2010 that episode.
2010.
Yeah, so
it was a long time ago.
Walt and Jesse are in the meth lab the entire episode trying to kill a fly. So basically, the convention being one location for the entire episode, minimal external involvement.
Yeah, so like when I looked it up, because I was looking up today trying to find out episodes, there's supposed to be the episodes. The point of it is to try to save budget.
Yeah.
So they reuse shit, they reuse sets, anything they can. They do just main core
characters.
cast.
Yeah.
They don't really do anything outside of it, and they usually stay in the one location, like you were saying.
It's more or less the other method. It's like there's two main methods of saving budget on a show. And it's bottle episodes or clip episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, clips, but clip episodes are cancer.
Trash.
For the most part. Although, well, no, I can't even say although. Dr. Phyllis, all we talked about that episode during the podcast was other shit. We didn't talk about the episode at all.
Yeah, because we'd already
had a clip show on Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
We already talked about like all the episodes that are in it. We've already talked about.
So all we did was talk shit.
Yeah. I'll continue to be a beacon for Community. They had a clip show, but it was a fake clip show where it was
really?
posed as a clip show, but everything they showed was not actually from the show.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was good, right? Very meta.
Also, I want to apologize for the last episode, how much I was antagonistic towards your views. Will,
Yeah.
I apologize for that.
Totally fine.
You were
Because
really
one of the episodes that I listed on when I was writing episodes of like bottle episodes was a Community one.
Yeah.
And it was the remedial chaos theory.
Yeah, classic app. And
I
also,
I just want to apologize ahead of time to both of you, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been as drunk on an episode as you were on that one.
No, that was the most drunk I've been in a while.
and I'll take the blame
Just
on
in
that.
general.
Just in general.
It seems that whenever Jacob and I hang out, we both get generally more drunk
Right on,
than
brother.
we usually are.
That's how you know it's friendship.
We're doing all right today, though.
I mean, the most I drink on regular occasion is when I'm with you. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Pound it, brother.
Maybe you're the catalyst and
What's
not
up?
me. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny that he's the catalyst because he doesn't drink on a regular basis.
No.
I don't drink by myself. I like
And
to
I
drink with
do.
people.
So
See,
you're
the
a
thing
social
is,
drinker.
I'm a very social drinker. When I drink, I get happy and I want to play games. You get angry, Will.
At a certain
Aggressive.
point. At a certain point, I get aggressive. Yeah.
It's not even really angry. It's just like
I'm just generally a very laid back and casual person.
very.
When I reach a certain point of intoxication when I'm drinking alcohol,
You get balls.
I get pretty ballsy. Yeah, that's why I don't drink liquor.
You don't change at all.
I stick to beer.
Do I not?
No, you were
You
remarkably level-headed last
You
time.
literally do not have a drunk personality. You stay even keeled
I
no
feel like-
matter what.
Which is kind of dope.
I
That's
feel like I
awesome.
just become
Pound
a
it out.
more like eccentric version of myself.
No.
I mean, if
Just
you
knowing
did,
that a pause.
If you did re-listen to episodes and you
He
listened
didn't.
to the one last time,
I never
know he doesn't. I'm saying if he did,
Yeah.
you sound sober.
I do?
You do. I
Especially
really
in
want you to
comparison
listen
the
back
two of
to
us.
it.
It's shocking.
Please
Really?
listen back to some. I'm gonna parse out a couple of episodes for you to listen to.
Okay.
And I want you to hear what you sound like versus what the other people in the episode sound like, because it's always them sounding drunk as fuck and you sounding like completely level-headed, and you know exactly what you're saying, very meticulous.
Clear mind, like
And it actually happens on all of them. Like, there's one with Emily where we get fucked up and you're like, good. And there's one with Abby where we get fucked up, you're good to go.
yeah, like last time it was Jacob being very profane and
I apologize.
being a great bartender for getting us beers constantly, and
You're
then me
welcome.
slurring words and shouting out everything in my possible.
But no actual slurs.
I wonder if that's just...
No, slurring words. but no
Is
slurs.
it just because I can hold my alcohol better than anyone else?
Probably.
Maybe. It's either that or you don't have a different drunk personality, which is a good thing too, because
It
that
is.
means you're very like yeah.
You're
What
consistent.
is it called? No, you're very open. Like you don't have two different personalities. You're
very-
always the same with everybody.
I'm a
Yeah.
very open person to
Yeah.
I don't think it's to a
To a
fault.
fault.
I don't
To
think
a
it's
fault.
I don't think it's
think
to
it's
a fault.
either.
I don't know.
I think it's a good
I
thing.
share too much. Like one of the first, like when I first started my job, And my guy that was training me, and he just got promoted. So like, shout out to Matt. Good job,
Go
bro.
Matt.
Good job.
When I first started, and I remember like the second or third time I was with him, I was like, I know I talk a lot. He's like, yeah, you share a lot. I'm like, yeah, I kind of do.
You do. I think that's a great thing. I think that's one of the great things about you, Trevor, is that you share a lot with people, with the people that you respect.
Yeah.
You know?
I trust people. I trust people implicitly until you give me a reason not to.
Right.
Then you can go die in a fucking hole.
I guess that's probably a good and a bad thing, because sometimes you can trust people too much, and that can be a bad thing.
I do, but the moment
you just have to gauge it.
Yeah, but the moment I find a reason not to trust you, you're dead to me.
Damn.
So,
I haven't crossed that line yet.
Nor I.
I've only had one person in my life really cross the line. I've had people get close, but then like I'm like one for like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I've had a few.
I've only had one person truly cross the line, and she's still dead to me.
Damn.
So
I haven't had many. Usually the people that I know, I can get mad at them, but like at the same time, the next day or the next hour, I'll be fine. I usually get over shit pretty quickly.
Yeah, exact same.
Like the maddest I ever get is usually about football. So like after that, I'm good to go.
Tough Bucks lost this past week.
Fuck you.
It's just it's.
I was at a fucking watch party for work for that.
We were watching it at work together.
And we work in Tampa, and there's no other Bucks fans except for me and like one other guy on my team.
Yeah,
Bucks are my team for professional football.
Don't even talk to him. Don't even talk about it, Trevor, because I know you talk shit about him.
Because I don't, but like I don't really watch professional football. But for professional football,
I watch it and follow it.
Bucks are my team, but they still suck. They're the Succaneers.
That was a bad loss. It was tough.
They were winning.
They were winning
hardcore, and then they fucking lost it.
Yeah, it's a shame because Jacob was sitting with my team, and my team is full of people who talk copious shit. And Jacob experienced a bit of that post that game.
Yeah, I called one of the guys a C-word, and it was at work.
Yeah. But
I had to. To be fair, he deserved it because he was acting
like a C-word.
Just way more than anybody could. Like, why? But listen, all right, I like that team a lot. That's my team. I feel like I feel like people talk so much shit. Like, let me like a team. God damn. You know?
Absolutely.
You're welcome to like them. At a certain point, if you like the Bucks, you have to admit they suck.
No. I'm to where the point where like I can see, because I follow them so much, I know the good things about the players and the bad things about them. I like to focus on the good things because I'm a positive person. I don't want to focus on the bad things because that's just going to make my life more negative. Why do I want that?
Do you listen to the official Buccaneers podcast?
No, I don't listen to any
of the Canon, whatever?
No.
There's
probably a bunch of them.
There is, but like they're actually on like the Buccaneers homepage.
No, I don't.
One of my coworkers at work is one of the guys that like runs it.
That's awesome.
He's on it, yeah.
That's cool.
I would definitely do that 100%.
Shout out to Rhett.
Yeah, I can't empathize because I don't watch American football, but I do watch soccer. And Tottenham Hotspur is my team. If anyone is familiar with.
No, go Tottenham. Honestly, I'm a Tottenham fan.
I'm not booing Tottenham. I'm booing soccer.
Yeah, that's
overall.
Totally fun.
Soccer's fun.
I don't like soccer.
You don't like watching like the World Cup and shit?
No,
that's a shame. World Cup is the best sporting.
That's wild. World Cup is awesome.
It's incredible.
I played soccer as a kid.
So did I. We'll watch the World Cup.
And I fucking hated it.
Me too.
You hated playing soccer? I loved playing soccer.
I liked playing it when I was little, and then I got a little older and went back to it after like maybe a year or two of not doing it.
Still like it.
And just hated it. I just hated it. And then...
That's interesting.
Stopped playing. And I played golf my entire life.
I still like it. I would play today. I still like soccer.
Golf is wonderful.
Tennis is the best.
I also played soccer, ASO. Specifically.
I like that we all did.
When I lived in California, I feel like everyone did. In our generation, well, y'all younger.
We all just pounded it.
In our generation, classic. Gen
I think
X
that's true.
/ millennial thing.
I think that's still a thing though.
We're millennials. We're not even close to Gen X.
Yeah,
I think it's still a thing with Zoomers though.
It probably is.
At least in this area, it's really big in Pinellas.
What?
Yeah, because it's warm all year round. They can play all year round.
Yeah, because there's fall and spring soccer.
Right.
We played ultimate frisbee in high school a bit. I played golf.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember I liked playing football a little bit.
Actual football?
In middle school.
Yeah. What did you play?
I mean, I didn't play, like, on the team because we didn't have a team. We played at, like, recess.
We were wide out.
That doesn't...
Quarterback?
No, I was...
Tight end?
Because I was the biggest. I was, like, right in the front there.
Oh,
you were a lineman?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I cannot be. You're so thin.
But I was the biggest. Because I played basketball on the team at school.
Trevor, we did
because I was the tallest.
At least recreation though, not like recess.
No, I was.
I guess I played football too. Then I played flag football at recess.
I remember having a lot of. Well, we didn't play flag.
We called it PE.
We played tackle at recess. PE.
Can we talk about the differences between recess and PE?
You called recess PE?
Well, no, I never had recess. I only had PE.
Oh, we had recess.
So after lunch, you had PE.
So
yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna say what I think the difference is of PE and recess, and then we'll say if that's actually legitimately the difference.
I'm gonna preempt this and say there's a difference.
So recess is where you have a complete free range of whatever you do. You can do whatever you want. You just go outside.
Yeah.
PE, you have basically a PE teacher or a gym teacher, and they have a activity for you to do for the day, whether it be a sport or an exercise or whatever it may be, and you do that thing as a class or whatever. Is that the difference?
Yes.
Accurate.
Okay, so yeah, I only ever had PE.
So you just had lunch and went back to class?
It probably wasn't in that order, but I had those two things.
Yeah, because I had lunch and then we went to recess.
Same. They gave us the time to work off all that energy we got from all
we would go. We just either swing on the swing.
From what I remember,
pull up competitions,
Yeah.
football,
lots of tag,
soccer.
From what I remember, they weren't back to back. But
Kill the Carrier.
Yes, I played Kill the Carrier. My favorite
Foursquare?
was Capture the Flag and Foursquare. Yes, Capture the Flag and Foursquare were the shit. I will still play Foursquare to this day.
Capture the Flag we only ever played at PE.
Coward.
We never actually organized it for recess.
Oh, wait, I didn't have recess.
Football we organized
so
for
weird.
recess. Soccer.
Even in elementary school, I had PE.
You never had recess?
No, PE always.
So you had a 30-minute sit in the cafeteria, eat your food, and then you went back to class?
I think so.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, that's very
weird. To be
weird.
fair, I can't really remember what the schedule of my day was when I was in elementary school.
No, I know, but I don't, obviously me either, but lunch and recess go hand in hand.
No, I didn't have recess.
That's wild.
I agree. Same.
Maybe, I don't know. I have
I'm
no
going to
idea.
write a letter to your school district and see what's going on with that.
Yeah, no, we should. We should.
Cool.
No,
honestly, totally had recess and is forgetting entirely about
No,
it.
I'm not. My PE stuff in elementary school was awesome, though, because we played
all sorts of shit.
We played so much fun games.
We did kickball. Kickball was always fun.
Kickball is cancer. Fuck that.
I liked kickball.
Too scary.
What is scary about
the big
that?
red ball coming at you, homie.
You don't like dodgeball either?
No, I like dodgeball.
It's the same thing.
I did. I
don't like baseball, bitch. It's the same shit.
I did black out when playing dodgeball in high school.
You blacked out?
I got hit, hit my head, stood up, and then my vision just started slowly closing, I was blind.
Holy shit.
I don't like that.
And then
That's too scary.
It was in the gym with the stage, and I made my way I was I'm pretty close to the stage, so I just went to the left, and found the stage, stood there for a bit, and my vision came back, and then I went back and kept playing, and I told my coach afterwards, I was like, hey, so when I fell, I kind of lost my vision.
Concussion?
Maybe? I don't know. And he was like...
maybe.
He did freak out a little bit. He was like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And so he was checking my neck.
He didn't know what to do. He was like, you're intact. Sorry, I just felt Trevor's head.
It's fine. He checked my neck and my head and stuff and was touching. He's like, does this hurt and all this stuff? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And he's like, oh, just let someone know if you start to get dizzy or anything. I'm like, okay.
And don't fall asleep.
Yeah, classic concussion protocol.
I mean, I was fine. I just I straight up lost my vision for a minute.
That's fucking crazy.
It was just black.
Not good.
No, it wasn't. But that was high school.
So I do want to talk about. I feel like we had jumped away from it. Bottle episodes.
Oh right.
As a whole.
We jumped away
pretty hard.
So
Teresa,
like we were talking about. So ones that I had listed because I was trying to look up bottle episodes that I remembered.
Yeah.
There are other ones, like one of the top ones that's mentioned a lot that I know you like a lot is The Fly from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I've only seen it once, so I don't remember it as well.
Yeah.
I know some of the parts of it, but I didn't want to add it to my list.
Yeah, it's on mine. It's basically just the episode where Jesse and Walt are in the meth lab cooking. Mm-hmm. I don't remember at what point in the series. I want to say maybe season 3.
I think it is season 3.
Yeah.
A lot of character development.
It's a ton, right? It's just.
I mean, that's what a bottle episode is.
Yeah, and it's a really good example of your typical bottle episode. It is just
they do it
Walt
very well,
and just Jesse, and they are in the meth lab the entire episode. and the quote unquote plot is that there is a fly in the meth lab, and that that fly can contaminate the meth cook, and that they have to get the fly in order to
because Walt's cook is so pure.
So pure, right?
It's fucking
the
blue.
most pure, yeah.
I mean, it's the best. He's a fucking chemist.
It's blue.
Blue crystal.
It's a. I really need to rewatch it.
I need to finish it.
We'll all watch it together. A Breaking
no.
Bad podcast way
Yeah!
after.
I'll never rewatch that show.
Look at your spike on your audio, Trevor.
It's a phenomenal show, but I don't think I could ever rewatch it because it is so fucking heavy.
Well,
No, I get that. No, I actually, when I was right before I got my job where we're at right now,
Yeah.
I was trying to rewatch. Yeah, exactly. I was
Sorry.
trying to rewatch
that
Breaking
thought.
Bad, and I had rewatched like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I was like, "Whoa, that is heavy as fuck."
It gets so dark so
It's heavy as
fast.
fuck.
Yeah.
They're trying to like boil the fucking corpse down in the bathtub,
the
and I was
worst.
like,
I'm out.
I was like, I need to go back to playing Hearthstone and like pretending to apply for jobs. As
Yeah.
my parents are just like scolding me.
Yeah, it's a wonderful show. It's not in my personal top 10. I appreciate its merits.
Yeah, also
but I can never rewatch it.
I want to change. Last time I said that Breaking Bad was in my top 5. I need to shift that out because I keep saying that and it's incorrect. I say it because I can't think of any other shows for some reason. I want to throw The Office into my top 5 because I definitely consider that way more as one of my favorite shows.
Great.
Because I've rewatched. I'm currently on my 3rd rewatch, and like and that's the 3rd rewatch within like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I've only seen Office
I've
once.
seen Breaking Bad once. I know it's a fantastic show, but it doesn't make sense to put it on my top 5. So I want to change and redact my
Good
my top
redaction.
5. But also going back to bottle episodes. So I have a list going. So the ones I'm just gonna riddle off a couple of them. The Chinese restaurant from Seinfeld.
Good time.
Great time.
I didn't list it, but I was talking to Will about this, and we confirmed it is a bottle episode. No.
Yeah.
The garage episode of Seinfeld. I don't know what the strict title is, but it's when they're in the parking garage.
Trying to find someone's parked car.
Yeah,
Kramer's,
and
right?
Jerry
Yeah,
needs
so.
to pee the whole time.
Yeah.
Fantastic episode. They're in the parking garage. It doesn't meet some of the qualifications for a bottle episode, but it kind of is. So the qualification that it doesn't meet is that it takes place in a set that is already built for the show to save money. That is one of the things that bottle episodes come from. But it doesn't necessarily meet that. But it does take place just in the parking garage.
Yeah.
So it's like a new age bottle episode. It's like a
So,
bottle episode for different reasons.
Did we ever decide, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw this to a different bottle episode that's not on the list. Did we ever decide if Avatar The Last Airbender,
I will
The Great
count
Divide.
it. I'll count it.
I don't remember this episode.
the one where they're in the canyon with the 2 factions
I'll count it because
of people and they like hate each other because they have history where they're like, no, this guy from their side, their village fucked us, and the other guys are like, no,
Yeah.
they fucked us.
Like early on. First season?
first season.
First
so
season.
the thing is, it's in the middle of the first season.
It's not a great episode.
It's my least favorite episode of the show, which is why I didn't put it on my list. But it takes place in technically one location. It depends on what you count as one location. It only takes place in the canyon, which is the Great Divide. And it is completely not related to anything that happens in the show.
It never
like
comes
if
back.
that episode was gone, it wouldn't matter because they never reference it. They don't call back to it. Nothing.
Nothing.
So
It literally is nothing. Like,
in a
It's
way,
a classic filler episode.
it's a filler. It's 100% a filler, which
So
you
it
were
shouldn't
saying
be on
has
the list.
it's in a lot of animes. No, they do a lot of filler episodes.
they used to. They used to do a lot of filler in animes because it was like, we got to pad out
Totally.
this big storyline.
Yeah,
like
episode
One
quality.
Piece,
Can't
Fairy
wait to watch
Tale,
anime, by the way.
stuff like that. They have tons of filler. Nowadays, it's a little bit more concise because the format for anime nowadays is like these 12 or 24 episode seasons with just plot. It's
Yeah.
just plot. There's maybe
Yeah.
1 or 2 little fillers, but they're fun fillers.
Yeah.
They're not like with like One Piece. I remember I watched like a little bit of that and it was like 10 episodes and it's like none of this fucking matters.
Yeah.
Nothing that's happening. Like they're in the middle of this giant fight and like they'll flash to this giant fight and the 2 guys are still standing off ready to get started
But they don't.
and then they don't. And then we go to the next episode and we go through all this other stuff and then at like towards the end they're ready for their fight and they still don't fight. And
I think one of the reasons why I'm so psyched to watch animes, which I know you guys won't believe, but I am actually excited to watch animes, is because of the drama in them. Like, I feel like there's so much build-up and drama in animes that it's going to be next level as fuck.
In some
of them, for sure.
Only in some of them?
Only in some.
I feel like there's so much, like, people just, like, staring at each other and yelling. And
That's like a stereotypical anime convention. That's
Yeah.
not everything.
Was that racist of me?
No.
Yes. No.
Have to cut that out?
No. Like stuff like...
Am I a fucking boomer now? I'm
do-
a boomer!
There is a... You mentioned anime, and there is a Cowboy Bebop episode that is
Can't wait to watch Cowboy Bebop.
sort of about an episode. Toys in the Attic. It's one where Jet gets bitten by something.
Wait, there's a character named Jet?
His name is Jet Black.
Yeah.
Avatar? Jet.
Oh, yeah, Jet.
Yeah.
Forgot about Jet.
Maybe a reference.
Have you seen Avatar?
Maybe.
Of
It could
course.
be.
It
definitely could be a love letter to
I don't
it.
think so. But
Oh,
anyways.
Avatar is wonderful. Cowboy Bebop is I haven't seen much anime, but that is my favorite one.
It's
It's one of my favorite shows, period.
We've probably mentioned this 100 times, but do you count Avatar as an anime?
Either.
Either
no.
of you. I will count it.
Who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter.
I count it.
As someone who likes...
It's an American anime.
It's
Yeah. It's not a thing, though.
Yeah, but like
It's in the style
it's a
of
love
it.
letter and it's a style of anime. You know it's a love letter. Those guys that
It's-
made that want to.
I never said
They
it's
just
not.
don't live in. They just don't live in Japan.
But that's like calling... Like, doesn't whiskey have to be from a certain area of America? You know, like it's like a...
People
or,
say that,
or,
yeah.
or Scotch
Champagne.
has to be from...
Champagne has to be from Champagne,
Right,
France.
so, I mean,
that's
anime-
like the classic.
Right, so that's like a very
It's
elitist type view, but technically it's not an anime.
Yeah, you can say that, but also
It
then
is pretty elite.
there's
Actually, that's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah.
there's the show Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
Okay.
No idea what that
Yeah,
is.
but I appreciate that you know it.
It's an anime.
It's a great name.
I like that we're all like very positive right now. This is very good.
Unlike Jacob
and
last time.
Stocking.
I was very negative, and I apologize.
Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
Does that look like an anime?
Once again, I want to apologize for talking
Does
shit
that
about
looks like an
Community.
American cartoon, right?
It looks more Americanized than it does.
This is straight up an anime.
It's from Japan.
It's from Japan. So like that's the thing. It's like
Guys, everybody listening to the podcast, can you Google what is it called?
Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt.
So Panty,
This is-
ampersand,
thi-
Stocking.
This is Panty. This is Stocking. This is Garter Belt. They are
That's
angels.
ridiculous.
And
That is ridiculous.
he is a priest.
That is honestly, Trevor, this is the most ridiculous thing you've ever said to me.
I am aware. This show is very niche
Let's get this.
and very
outta here.
ridiculous. But regardless, it's in a very American style.
Yeah.
Just like
So it's like Powerpuff Girls.
Cap-
Exactly.
Did you ever watch the show Kappa Mikey?
No.
Do you watch? the
Never
show
heard of it.
Google Kappa Mikey.
Kappa Mikey?
Yeah, this is a pseudo
Is this K or C?
K. It's a pseudo anime.
Kappa.
No, two P's. I assume some of you guys, since you're listening to basically a Nickelodeon podcast, you've probably seen it. It was a show on Nicktoons. It was like it was in the style of an anime, but the main character who was American was in American animation style, but everybody else was in an anime style.
What?
So he was like in Japan hanging out with what was in quotes Japanese people, but they were all in anime style, but he was American.
I have heard of this.
Go back.
It
That
was
is
the-
not. Is she not dressed like Fred from Scooby Doo? That's the exact Fred
Where?
outfit.
Yeah,
the
probably.
white shirt and the blue skirt and the
No,
That's
it is.
Fred.
No, it is. It's
That's Fred.
It's like an homage
that's also a
to that.
Scooby Doo.
That's
Yeah.
also like a Sailor,
And to Sailor Moon,
kind
yeah.
of Sailor Moon-y. Like,
weird.
So the show was, when I watched it, it was hilarious and it was groundbreaking because like it was so weird that it was a cross of animations. So I feel like that is a good homage to
Kappa
to,
Mikey,
to
the
anime.
first American anime, except it isn't.
It was really funny because the whole point of the show was that it wasn't an anime, but like everybody was in anime. Oh, okay. Well, we don't need that because you pulled up a YouTube, so we'll just click away from
I'm
that.
just trying to see.
I don't know why I brought up that show, but
Anyway, bottle episode.
oh yeah,
Bottle
bottle episode.
episode.
So the other ones that I had listed was Charlie McDennis, which is It's Always Sunny, Remedial Chaos Theory, Community.
Yep. Great.
It is an episode of Community that I actually love.
You
But
say actually in a very disdainful manner.
No, I don't. I honestly don't at all because I think I need to watch it again because I watched Community and I watched the first couple of episodes when Abby was showing it to me when we first started dating, and I thought it was fine. I didn't. So the Joel McHale character was throwing me off because I thought it wasn't funny, and I thought he was just kind of an asshole.
He is an asshole.
So I don't really like when that happens.
Yeah.
Like I don't find it charming. Like
That's fair.
Like I don't know what the charming point of it, because I know that's the point of it is,
Yeah.
is that it's supposed to be like he's like kind of a dick, but it's charming. Like
Yeah.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah, the
Like
first
why?
the first season is as Dan Harmon is known to do. It's very meta, right? So there's a charming asshole, there's
Yeah.
a nerdy girl, there's a jockey
Yep.
guy, there's an insular male, there's kind of like a rebellious female, so it's like a lot of
That
stereotype
is
characters.
all the characters that are in Community.
Right, and that's what it is, and that's what it was supposed to be. Throughout the first season, it loosens up a bit, and then seasons 2 and 3 are very every episode is a super high concept.
We're doing a Community podcast all of a sudden.
I'd be great for that. That'd be
Let's
amazing.
do it.
Anyway, put a pin in that.
We have barely talked about the Drake and
It doesn't
Josh
matter.
episode.
I want to keep talking about bottles.
Bottle Ups is a good talk.
We'll finish. We'll talk about the Drake and Josh episode for like 2
But
minutes.
yeah,
because
Remedial Chaos Theory
there's
is a
nothing
great
to talk about.
Remedial Chaos Theory, great episode. It spawned some good gifs, primarily when Troy re-enters the apartment after going downstairs to get the pizza and everything is on fire. He's got a
Fantastic.
great reaction shot, right?
Fantastic. It's a
even
gif.
if you don't know Community, you
know the
probably
gif.
I know
seen
that. I've
gif.
seen that gif 100
Yeah.
times at
It's
least.
it's a great episode.
Which I had actually seen before Abby showed me this episode.
Yeah, because it's perfect. Like
It's a great episode.
Everything is on fire.
Honestly, it's a
You need to make
fantastic
pizza
episode.
Yeah.
I really want to watch that other bottle episode that is on most of the list that you were talking about.
So the other one being cooperative calligraphy, and that one
They
is
call it a bottle episode in the episode, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Harmon, right? There's Abed is a character who is
Meta.
he references TV constantly. He mentions the fact that this is a bottle episode while they're doing a bottle
love
episode.
that.
Yeah, it's great. It gets a lot of disdain from a lot of snooty
Fuck those
TV
people.
critic people, mostly on Reddit, which I don't count, obviously.
Those people are cowards.
Cowards.
Unlike
and,
us.
And boomers.
Unlike us, we're not boomers or cowards. We're Zoomers.
Yeah.
Cooperative calligraphy is great. It takes place all in the study room. I believe the main plot point is that Annie loses a pen and will not let any member of the study group leave the room until she finds her pen again. It's got a great closer with Annie's boobs, the monkey that Troy and
That's
Abed
hot.
get.
That's hot.
Boobs?
Calm down, it's a monkey.
Oh.
They just named
What's
the
up?
monkey. They named the monkey Annie's boobs. It's a joke.
Yikes.
Anyway,
Oh, sad.
which
Yeah,
is also
big sad, big sad.
Again, meta commentary on Annie being a sexualized character.
Is that the blonde girl?
That's Alison Brie. No, it's the brunette.
I don't know her.
She was in. I was gonna say she was in Mad Men, but you haven't seen that.
Big don't know.
There's also a great. Speaking of Mad Men,
Trevor's about to type in with one finger because he doesn't know how to type.
second result right there, Alison Brie. You'll recognize her.
I'm doing it with one hand because the microphone and cups are...
You don't know how to
Oh, I
type.
recognize her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do know her.
She's wonderful. Speaking of Mad Men, she was also on Mad Men.
5'3", very short.
Not relevant. The episode.
It was on Google.
The episode, the briefcase between Don
Pull back up the
and
notepad.
Peggy. They spend the entire episode in Don's office
Yep.
trying to pitch a thing. Great episode in terms of bottle episodes as well.
Another bottle episode that I wrote on my list was Teddy Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
A fantastic episode from Atlanta. A very creepy and weird episode.
Super creepy.
Because the rest of Atlanta is it's definitely not in the same tone
No.
as Teddy Perkins.
It's a very surreal show, but it's
it's
not.
incredibly surreal.
It's not like that though.
No. So Teddy Perkins is it's this guy who's used to be a singer, right?
Yeah.
He used to be a singer,
Yeah.
a musician or whatever, and he invites over one of the main characters. I forget what his name is. Darius.
Played by Lakeith Stanfield. In an
Over
amazing
to
role.
his house, and
to buy a piano.
so basically the whole thing is just Darius in Teddy Perkins' house. And it's just the creepiest, most unsettling thing.
Yeah.
The vibe of it is so strange, and it'll make you like your skin crawl. Like,
Teddy Perkins, by the way, being played by Donald Glover in
whiteface.
ridiculous prosthetic whiteface.
Yeah,
What?
it's not whiteface to where it's just only makeup. It's like prosthetics.
He has crazy prosthetics, and he's also made to be a white person.
He looks like he's as if like Michael Jackson-esque.
Yeah.
To where it's
I
like,
gotta
search
see
Teddy
this.
Perkins, it'll be you'll see it.
It's
a
really
wonderful
surreal.
episode.
It is an insane episode.
It's
I remember when I
super
watched
unsettling.
it, I was like, I didn't realize it was going to be a horror episode. Essentially, when I watched it, I was creeped the fuck out.
It's super creepy. Yeah, that's Donald Glover.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
It is very. It's fucked up. I don't want to spoil a lot of stuff for that episode because I feel like if you haven't seen Atlanta,
You should watch it.
You should 100%. You should 100% watch Atlanta if you haven't seen it.
It's probably the best
Atlanta's a masterpiece.
30-minute show on television currently.
I've never seen it.
Atlanta, it's 2
unbelievable.
seasons
But
only right now. It's a masterpiece on FX.
Season 3 just got announced.
it.
It's
I
gonna
hate
come out
this.
next year.
Watch it.
I legitimately hate this.
That's the point. I
You're
think.
supposed to be unsettled by looking at it.
Like, this is that moment of like, thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley type
I still
stuff.
think you should watch it because
I mean, it's on the list.
Atlanta as a whole is worth it.
I have many shows on the list, and this
Yeah.
has
just
been
gonna
on
say
the
it.
list.
Atlanta is an absolute
Which-
masterpiece.
I feel like it was left off of my top 5. It's still very close, top 10 probably,
Yeah.
but it's very, very good.
Every single person on that show, like, it's made stars out of Brian Tyree Henry, who's now in the new Marvel movie called, I think, Immortals or something like
The
that.
I think
yeah,
it's made
right?
it's made starters out of that main 4 cast.
Yeah,
and
Zazie Beetz was in Deadpool 2.
and they're amazing.
And Donald Glover obviously like has been deserving this since he was a member of that improv team.
I don't know I forget what her name is, but the main actress, his girlfriend in the
Zazie
show,
Beetz.
she is in Joker.
Yeah.
She was very fantastic in Joker as well. She's really great in the show. The episode where they're at the beer hall, the German beer hall, where like that episode is
Creepy
also
as
bizarre.
fuck. Yeah.
That episode is also bizarre with the girl that thinks she's white. It's like really fucking weird.
Yeah, the show is just like at
Wait,
every
what?
turn.
You really have to watch the show.
Period, yeah.
Yeah, because like
the first season
it's really hard to explain.
The first season is relatively standard sitcom fare. Season 2 gets a lot more out there.
Yeah.
With a lot of these like episodes.
Season 1 does
has
too.
some weird shit too.
Like the episode where they're at that guy's fucking like house party, or it's not even like really a house party. It's like a house get together. Where it doesn't matter. Where they're like the guy's real into like African culture or whatever. They're we're
Juneteenth.
racist fucking white guy.
The Juneteenth party.
And Donald Glover's just like, all right.
He's like telling Donald Glover that he has to go to Africa. Like, oh, you have to go.
It's really fucked up,
yeah,
man.
it's crazy.
The guy's like, he's like trying to be so PC.
And then he does like a spoken word poem at the end of the night.
It
and
is
like,
a fucking.
Yeah, and Ern just leaves. Yeah.
It's
a masterpiece.
It's
really
very good.
is.
I recommend our audience and Trevor to watch it.
Yeah.
So
then-
my next.
Let's get back to
No.
Come
I want to go through the list and then we'll talk about the episode. So my next one that I mentioned was The Storm. We realized while I mentioned it, not technically a bottle episode. Too many side characters.
But it's closer than this.
It is closer to
Yeah.
this. I will say it 100% closer to this because it primarily takes place in their living room.
Okay.
There's a little bit in their bedroom.
Very little, but it primarily in the living room. But there's too many guest characters is the issue.
Yeah. I mean, this one was like 50% Treehouse. And 50%
this
other
I
shit.
feel like Storm
I would
way
even
more
say
than
50%.
Treehouse.
I feel like the Treehouse was
25%.
Yeah.
40?
No, I feel
25.
like the Treehouse was only like 25% of the fucking show.
It was not a lot.
And then I mentioned, well, see this. I wrote it before we watched the episode. I wrote Treehouse, and then I wrote Charlie Work, which was another It's Always Sunny episode where they do the really amazingly done long takes, where they are tracking through the bar and through the outside of the bar as Charlie is trying to pass this health inspection basically, as the rest of the people in that work at the It's Always Sunny at Peggy's pub are dumb and insane basically, and they're trying to fill the roles that Charlie's giving them. Because for some reason in this episode Charlie's the only one that can help pass this inspection, but it's also a great episode. But that's my full list of episodes. I don't know if you had any. I know you planned on saying something.
I have 2 more, and then we can get to the episode.
And we'll get to the episode, Trevor.
Trevor's
I know.
itching.
I realize we're 45 minutes in. I hate naming the timestamp, but I know
We're 45. We're We're almost
It's
45
okay. It
minutes
doesn't
in, and
matter.
we have talked about the episode
There-
up to the end of the opening credits scene.
Yeah, the cold open. So I'll just hit my 2, right? So we hit a lot of the good ones. The 2 that I have left written down are Pine Barrens from The Sopranos.
I have to see it.
It's a phenomenal episode. I had never considered it as a bottle episode, but technically it does.
It is.
I mean, it takes place entirely.
It was
in
on
one
all
location,
the lists when I was Googling.
Right, so it's the woods with Paulie. I want to say, and I forget his name.
It was a young guy and an old guy. I know
Yeah,
that.
Paulie Walnuts and Christopher are in the woods. They lose someone. I won't say much because it's an important
Spoiler.
episode story wise. But phenomenal episode. Again, I mentioned The Sopranos last episode as one of my favorite shows of all time.
I
Great
want to
app.
apologize ahead of time for not have seen all of Sopranos. I've seen the first 4 or 5 episodes. Loved it.
We'll get there.
Life got in the way.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Essentially, I will watch it.
Never
I will,
seen any of
I
it.
promise I will
Crazy.
watch it. I will.
I have it on DVD box set if any of you want to borrow it.
I will watch
It's
it.
an incredible show.
Sopranos podcast.
It's a big undertaking, but it's phenomenal. And then my last one, before we get back to Drake and Josh, I believe it's called the one where everyone is late. It's a Friends episode. Takes place probably mid-show. It's where Ross has a banquet that he has to go speak to.
Didn't we bring this up earlier?
Did we?
The one where no one's ready.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Great episode.
Phenomenal.
Well,
No, it's a good episode.
it's a good episode. I remember rewatching it not too long ago, and Ross is being such a cunt.
I mean, Ross is always the worst, though.
I'm sorry for saying the C word.
He's always the worst. Ross and Monica,
Ross-
it's unfortunate, but the Gellers are the two. They're the worst characters
Which-
on the show.
I can kind of appreciate because that's their
That's
family
their role.
thing.
Yeah, it's
It's the two members of the same family. It's
they are the worst. However, this is maybe one of the only episodes in which Ross is genuinely sympathetic. All he needs is for them to get dressed and leave. And
Yeah, that's
every
it.
single one of them has a big problem. It's Chandler and Joey fighting over who gets to sit in a chair.
which is so
Ridiculous.
fucking stupid.
But also, could I be wearing any more clothes is a great moment in the show. And then I
is.
believe Rachel throws a fit about
what she can and can't
what she can
she's
and
like,
cannot
does
wear.
this look good? And he's like, I don't
care.
care. And so she puts on anything because she's mad.
She puts
But
on pajamas, I think.
But also, Rachel, come on.
Come on.
Ross, yeah, he's being a dick, but also put on something kind of nice. Let's not make this situation worse.
Just go to the gala.
Yeah.
You can have this fight after the fact.
argue after. This is a big moment for Ross.
Right. So
I have
everyone,
actually seen this episode.
everyone is
And
kind
I
of
don't
the
like
worst.
Friends, but I've seen this episode.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It was
yeah.
a good episode.
It is.
I need to
Everyone-
watch all of Friends.
It frustrates me.
It's one of the rare occasions where everyone is unlikable except Ross.
No,
It
Ross
might-
is still unlikable.
He's less unlikable than he normally is
Yes.
relative to everyone else on the cast.
And Ross isn't always unlikable. He has his moments.
Just generally.
This episode.
Pivot!
Great, right? We were on a break.
Pivot's great.
You know,
We were on a
He's
break.
right. They were on
They
a
were
break.
on a break.
Why do
Yeah.
I know these lines? I haven't seen the show, but I just know they're so iconic. I guess
zeitgeist,
that
dude.
adds to Friends. It was
The
iconic.
zeitgeist, yeah, it is.
And,
And kinda
it
like-
hurts
well,
me to say
like
because I've
before-
talked so much shit on this Drake and Josh podcast about how much shit I talk about Friends.
We talk about Friends a lot, but
I
Friends is
apologize.
It's a generational icon.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
You don't really need to.
But-
I want to.
that is a solid bottle episode.
Yeah, it's
though.
good.
Yeah.
They have a few more, but that's the one we all wrote down. I don't remember any other ones. So, all right, Drake and
Yeah,
Josh.
I actually looked it up, and apparently Friends after that episode they did it every season.
Yeah, because it was so successful.
Because it was incredibly successful. Everybody loved it, so they were like, "Fuck it."
it's like good character work, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's always character development.
Yeah.
I was talking to Abby about this when I was trying to Google bottle episodes, and I was saying how Game of Thrones should have done one where it was just them talking at the council table.
Absolutely.
And it was all politics.
That would have been great.
amazing.
That would have been it would have been an iconic episode.
Yeah.
Did you?
Because
did you guys
I was
hear-
like, it should have been like 12 Angry Men-esque.
Right.
Like,
For now.
Wait.
with Tyrion just like arguing about politics
Tyrion,
with
Varys,
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
Did you guys hear
God, that would've
about
been great.
Mason
it was at the Star Wars Q&A where they talked to the directors of Game of Thrones, or the writers of Game of Thrones,
Benioff and Weiss.
the two guys.
They're not
Yeah.
doing the Star Wars thing.
Well, no, but did
They
you
backed out?
really?
Yeah,
but
they recently backed out.
did
Really?
you hear
They're
that
not
they
doing it.
straight up talked about the Game of Thrones and how they admitted they had no fucking idea what they were doing the whole time.
No, I haven't heard that.
Stuff that people were like, oh my god, that's amazing. They like kind of came onto on accident, and all this other stuff. They were like, yeah, they were relying so heavily on both George R. Martin's book and basically telling the character, like the actors, what do you think?
Seems like a terrible thing.
What do you think?
You're making me feel sad, and I feel like you don't know the whole story.
I don't, because I heard this through a different podcast.
So you haven't seen what it actually is.
But they basically came out and said that this is a quote. It was a very expensive film school for both of them.
That's fair, but because
Which
everybody
is
has to learn
awful
on
to hear.
No, it's okay. I definitely understand everybody has to learn on all their projects.
Yeah, but also like
everybody has to learn all their projects. I don't know what projects they've done before this. What if they haven't done very many? I don't know that because they've done fucking years and years of seasons of a fantastic show. That's fine.
But all the good stuff was whenever they had the book.
Yeah, because
on.
George R. R. Martin's a fantastic writer.
Exactly. So
I cannot get back into this because we've already talked about this in the last episode of The Will. How does this keep coming up?
Anyways.
No, I do want to say, though, that I had heard that they had rushed the last season of the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones because they thought they were going to do that trilogy of Star Wars, and they didn't end up doing it now. So
aren't they doing one still, though?
No, I heard they backed out of the whole thing.
Really?
So they essentially did that as a waste now. They could have done exactly the same pacing that they had in the last Game of Thrones, which is really unfortunate and really upsetting.
Oh my god.
It's really unfortunate. But
quickly,
yep.
I'm sorry, I just want to bring this up. I looked up Benioff and Weiss. David Benioff did write. He writes books. He's an author.
That's awesome.
He wrote the movie The 25th Hour by Spike Lee with Ed Norton.
Oh.
Phenomenal movie.
Oh.
He wrote the novel that it was based on, and he also adapted the screenplay. That was well before Game of Thrones, but beyond that, not a whole lot. He wrote Troy, terrible fucking movie.
Bad movie.
The movie
but they show it in high school for some reason?
Don't know that. He wrote The Kite Runner, the adaptation, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, not great.
Okay movie.
Yeah, not great.
Wait,
it's a dumb.
Logan was a good movie.
Logan was great. That was way before
Logan
his
was
time.
a fantastic movie.
After his time?
Sorry, yes.
I actually rated Logan 10 out of 10 on IMDb.
I
loved it.
I only saw it not too long ago on a plane, and it was phenomenal. If I had been by myself watching it, I would have cried.
That's how Abby felt with A Star Is Born, because she watched it on a plane too, and she was like, I had to hold everything back not to cry.
I was like, I'm not gonna cry on a fucking plane.
As we were on British Airways for like 10 hours.
I was coming back from California, I think.
I'll say one thing.
Yeah.
Fuck A Star Is Born.
All right, we're gonna move on because that is just the worst thing. He just dabbed.
Stupid movie.
No.
No payoff. Emotional garbage. The only intent of that movie is to make someone cry.
Stop. Both of you, we're not talking about this movie because I haven't seen it, first of all.
That's all I'm going to say.
Second of all, we're not talking about this because I
feel like it depends.
50 minutes in and we haven't talked about Drake and Josh almost at all.
Trash film.
I feel like no, I want to talk. I feel like that movie depends on what your background is or what will make what upsets you. What are you talking about?
I cried constantly.
Okay, so you did cry.
I didn't cry. That's the thing.
No, you didn't?
The entire movie is based off of emotional payoff.
That is true.
There isn't any actual resonance with those characters.
No, I 100% agree with you that the movie is mainly just built to make you sad.
That's not a film.
No, I definitely know. I agree with you that I don't think it's like the best film.
Like it's not a Best Picture nominee.
But I think it's a really good movie, and I do like the performances between the two. I like their chemistry a lot.
They were definitely boning when they made that movie.
Yeah, no, for sure. He fucking broke up with his fiance.
Bro, when they fucking sang that duet at the Golden Globes or the Emmys or the Grammys or the Oscars,
it was at the Oscars.
That shit was insane.
I loved it. I've shown Trevor that, and he hates it.
The sexual tension in that clip is bananas.
I loved it.
Doesn't change the fact that it's a trash movie. There's no payoff
I won't
for
call
that
it
character.
a trash movie.
The character doesn't change.
It's really sad.
That's all there was. How am I going to write a movie? The plot is, hey, this is sad.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's a trash fucking film.
I like movies and shows that'll make me cry because it's.
I do too. I love crying, but
Yeah.
that doesn't.
The Red
doesn't
Wedding
work.
makes me cry every time.
Every single time.
Baylor makes me cry every time.
Every single time.
No matter what. Those are really the two. For
Fellowship
me.
of the Ring.
Oh,
Boromir.
The conversation between Tyrion and Pod will make me cry.
Yeah.
When Pod is leaving him
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end.
To go to Brienne, yeah.
And the conversation between Jamie and Brienne can do it
Just
as well.
The worst, yeah.
Fantastic. Just fantastic.
Anyway.
Because I'm so sorry. It's just such a great show.
Guys,
Until the end, I get it.
can
All
we?
right.
Yeah, oh, wait.
Here we go.
This is Drake and Josh Podcast episode. I hope you guys sat through 55 minutes of nonsense because this is the Drake and Josh episode, bitch. And we are back to our James-esque recording style where we only have one mic. And
Yes.
James will be back soon-ish?
Is he really?
I don't know.
I haven't heard.
All right,
We haven't
so-
heard from him.
Cold open, credits roll. We get into the episode, right? Josh gets a delivery. Knock
Yep.
on the door, delivery man.
Knock, knock,
Gets
knock,
a big
bitch.
old package.
Another classic meme moment
Classic meme.
where he gets the package from the guy
And he
he's
says,
like,
goodbye, boomer.
he says, guys, come on. He says, have a nice day to the delivery guy, and the delivery guy,
Don't tell me what to do.
yeah, which is classic.
Good meme.
That's
It's a good
classic meme,
Yeah.
right there. So Josh gets a model rocket
Yeah, from Grammy, right?
from Gammy, yeah.
Wait, what do you guys call your grandparents?
My grandparents are grandma and then Nana and Papa. Those are my
Interesting.
grandparents.
Mine were Grandma and Grandpa, and then Mama and Paw.
Okay. Never met my dad's parents.
Oh.
On my mom's side, grandma and grandpa.
Okay.
The whole Grammy Pappy thing, kind of weird to me.
I mean, I had Mama and Paw.
That's pretty standard.
But, like, I'm from the South. What do you want from me?
Right, exactly. And I'm also like, who the fuck am I to tell you what to call your grandparents?
Wait, did you say Mama and Papa?
I did. Mama and
Mama and Papa!
Paw died when I was very young.
Jesus Christ, I'm so
Now
sorry.
you're a fucking piece of
Now I'm a
shit.
boomer, dude.
Mama is my last currently
Living
living.
grandparent.
She is a sassy lady.
That's nice.
We just had her 93rd birthday
Damn.
the other day.
93, damn.
93. I'm
she's
pretty
getting up
sure
there.
93. I'm really bad at.
Sounds like a
remembering.
boomer.
I think that's more
that's-
than a boomer.
That's the.
I like that you just go in there with a cut. Sounds like a boomer, bitch.
That's before boomers, man.
Yeah, that's the great generation.
She's a great gen. Yeah.
Great gen.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
And she's great.
Wait, what do you call your grandparents?
Grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
And
They're all dead.
You only. Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry. I am so
No,
sorry.
They all died before I hit like the age of 10.
I
They
didn't know.
They died when I was very young.
I did
No,
not know.
Grandma.
So I know.
All I had up until a couple years ago was Grandma and Mama, and then Grandma passed away.
So the matriarchs of your family.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
My granddad, when he passed away, was 92.
Crazy.
Very up there.
And I was pretty young.
Yeah.
He was old.
Yeah.
He was old, but he was like lieutenant colonel in the Air Force.
That's awesome.
All that fun
That's dope.
stuff. He was a
Classic
cool
LC.
guy. Paul passed away when I was really young.
I expected you to call them me mom pa.
Nah.
Because that's what my cousins that used to live in the country called their grandparents.
Oh.
On the other side, they called them me mom pa.
I've asked my parents what they want to be called, and they're not sure.
I wonder what my parents want to be called. I actually wonder that. I have no idea. I've never asked them.
Cause I
Me
think
either.
I
The
think
Marjorie
David and Diane.
and Andrew. Yours are gonna be called Jerry.
Jerry and Ginger.
No, they're both called Jerry.
No, Jerry and Grandma.
All right.
Because mom's 100% gonna be a grandma. Like you've met my mom.
You don't think she'll be called by
she
any
wants to
other
be a
name?
grandma.
She's gonna be grandma.
I don't
She doesn't
know.
seem like a grandma.
Gammy maybe.
I feel like she's like a more playful name. She's so. I feel like she's like too young and nice to be grandma.
Now. Maybe not. in
He's
few
having a
years.
kid in like 1 year. Trevor's pregnant.
I'm not. I don't even have a girlfriend.
All right,
All right,
well,
circling
let's
back.
this sad topic.
So
Hashtag
here's-
sad topic.
so-
Back
yeah.
to the episode.
Grammy was my note. So
Grammy sends them a model rocket.
Right. Josh gets his model rocket.
And-
tells Drake.
Drake is like, I got a big news. And Josh's like, I do too. And he's like, all right, Josh, you go first. I got a model rocket. And Drake's like, that's lame.
Yeah, lame as fuck. And my note was fuck Drake.
Fuck Drake, honestly, for saying that. But
Yeah.
Drake's like, I got us a date with fucking twins.
Hot twins.
Which they weren't that hot.
They're always referred to as hot twins.
Yeah, so I wrote down slutty foursome.
Yes.
Because what the lead up was that they were going to have some sort of foursome, no?
They were going to go to the bone zone.
Because they were, I don't understand. From
They would have
a personal-
traded twins at one point and nobody would have known if
Okay,
they
well,
traded twins or not.
I don't understand from a personal standpoint what is so great about twins.
I think it's the idea.
Unless you were just one dude and you had two chicks.
Yeah, that's...
But, like, if you're just two brothers and you got two twins, what the fuck is so special about that? That's weird.
Because
Is that not weird?
I think it's fine, and like I know from like a single guy point of view, it's like, oh fuck, that's awesome. I got this girl, but twice.
Yeah, but why? You're not getting both, are you?
I mean, if you do manage to get both.
Yeah, but in this situation,
In this
where you have
situation,
your brother coming with you.
I feel like in this situation, it's awesome because they're both hot, and since they're identical twins, it's not like I got the hotter one and you got the ugly one.
Yeah.
It's that we both get a hot, like a legitimately identical hot girl.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I get that. But, like, I don't understand what... It still just doesn't seem... It's still... That's mine.
I know it's yours. I'm taking the cap off so you can drink it
It
more.
still doesn't seem so fancy to me. Like, it doesn't seem amazing. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't really get that.
I get it, but also, no. Because something about twins is hot.
Okay.
And
I guess.
no matter, like, because in that case, it's like, it's the brother, like, they're both gonna have an equally hot girl. So for Drake, it's cool because he's hooking his brother up with someone who's just as hot as who he's hooking up with.
Fair.
And Josh, he doesn't really get that many girls, despite the one
You
girl.
say that, but I feel like Josh gets more... I feel like Josh gets just as much game as Drake.
Yes
You
and
can't
no.
say, like, in the episodes, they play it off, they write it as if Drake gets more game. Josh gets a fuckload of game. When I was in high school, I didn't get nearly as much game as this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but also...
like, he's had girls on girls on girls ever since the second season. Even the first season, when he had the chick that wanted him to play guitar. Bitch gets game.
He does get game, but Drake does get more game.
If you would have seen it, Will, you would know that he gets a ton of game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's...
But Drake does get more game. And I think Drake is excited.
Apparently.
No.
I'm going to quote it.
Let
Apparently.
me finish what I'm going to say.
Go ahead.
I think Drake is excited to be hooking his brother up.
Drake's a bitch.
I think Drake is excited to be hooking his brother up. Because he's like, wow, I've got this hot girl, but there's another one who's literally identical, and I can hook my brother up.
You mean so, like, Drake is feeling, like, bad, like he doesn't want to give him, like, a shit chick?
Yeah.
He wants to be like, hey, we're on the same field. We're both cool.
Exactly.
Cool dudes.
Drake is his bro, and he wants to be like, we're both...
They both, like, pound it out, and then they're like, we have chicks.
And, yeah. And and then what I'm sure Drake is imagining is the twins making out...
A foursome.
While they're banging it from behind and high-fiving over top Eiffel Towering. But
Yikes.
This is way more sexual than Nickelodeon
Yeah,
ever
I
got.
need to hard pass as a TVY7, homie. I apologize to all the early Zoomers that are listening to this podcast because I know there are a bunch.
Yeah.
There's
I've
none.
seen your profile
Bunch of
pictures.
6-year-olds.
I've seen.
Oh my god.
I've seen the people who have subscribed.
Anyways, moving on.
Okay, yeah. So the next thing I have is
They
drop off rocket at St. Illness Child Hospital.
Yes, but what's up?
I have a note that says, Josh looks like he wants to fuck the rocket.
Sorry, I just shook and like that was insane.
What?
When they're on the couch and like Josh is trying to play it cool, like he's not that interested in the rocket, and Drake is just shitting on it, Josh is like, sorry, Jesus Christ. Josh is like...
Did we say we were drinking Screw Tops?
Well, no,
We are
because before we
drinking
were
Screw Tops.
drinking Ale Apothecary, but this
Sorry,
has been going
during
on
the
so
podcast,
long.
we've been incognito leaving the room, and doing things because last time I realized it was very abrupt.
It was not that incognito this time. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I think it was. When you listen back, it's incognito as fuck. But we have Miller Lights, and they have this is the sweater winter edition,
Christmas sweater Miller Lights,
and it also has a Snapchat code on it, which I will never take a picture.
You could
of.
win in a snap.
We can post it to the Drake and Josh Instagram.
Yeah, Abby has control over that, so I won't.
You're supposed to. I don't because my Instagram is full of
I
work
go
accounts.
on it, but I don't post anything ever. I'm too
You
scared.
should.
Too
We will.
scared.
All right. Anyway,
We'll do it later.
Terrible smoke. The rocket launches out the window. Did we get to that point?
We
Never.
That's
No,
a
we
bit
have
of a
not
jump.
gone to that point.
All right,
That's
cool.
a big jump.
Sorry.
But
Run
so
it
they
back.
build. So Drake and Josh are like. So Drake's like,
Rocket
nah,
at
that's
St.
lame.
Anne's.
And Josh is like, yeah, totally. And then they're both sitting there, and then Drake's like, you want to build it? And Josh is like, so bad. And so they run up like little giddy schoolgirls.
There you go.
To build the rocket. Megan comes in and is like, what are you guys doing? You're building a fucking rocket. What are you, losers? And they're like, no, we're going to drop it off
At St. Illness.
at St. Illness.
Children's Hospital.
By the way,
St. Illness.
Terrible name.
the
It's a
size...
fantastic name.
It is. But the size of this fucking rocket...
It's enormous.
I feel like the way Drake just doesn't give a
It's
fuck
so
is
big.
so hilarious.
It
like
is.
he's just like it's St. Illness.
That rocket is not coming out of that box.
No, that box
No.
was way too small for that rocket.
So the box was as big as a maybe 1.5 times the size of a shoebox.
Yeah.
1.5 times the size.
Maybe 2 times.
2
Thinner,
times?
though. Much
Thin.
thinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I will
It's a
agree
narrow
thinner. I
box.
will agree thinner.
I think it's about the size
100%.
of your... maybe a little bit smaller than your standard Monopoly game.
That's fair, but thinner, but
Maybe slight-
narrower, taller,
Taller,
like-
but like slightly wider than a
Bigger
Monopoly.
This is the
surface
worst
area, same-
description. It's the worst description ever. We're like, you guys understand, right?
It's about maybe like 2 inches wider and 3 inches taller than a VHS box.
I feel like it was bigger.
I will not bring up VHS because I don't think that's a good comparison.
It's not, but that's all I could think of.
I'm gonna hard
Anyway.
pass on the VHS.
Anyways.
Will, you have notes?
It's not big enough for the size of the rocket that comes out.
Not at
of it.
all. So they're building it. Megan comes up. They talk a bunch of shit. And then somehow the rocket gets knocked over and then launches out the window.
Out the fucking window.
and it is
and
wild.
Once
And
again,
it is a fucking
goes-
freeze frame.
It's like a for sure like fucking whoosh, like.
well, they said it
This
was
is such a
launched.
dumb pod. All they heard was us doing rocket noises. That's fucking
The
dumb
box
as fuck.
did say 95 miles per hour, as they did state.
Oh yeah, because before this they were like both of them were like, I don't want to fucking build a rocket, dumb gammy. they were like fucking nerd, and then they were fucking like Drake was like, hey, you want to build a rocket or what's it?
I said that already.
Oh, did you?
You were sitting here. You weren't even out of the room.
Fucking drunk, homie.
Anyway, the rocket launches out the window. Lots of ridiculous-looking CGI smoke.
And they
A
were like,
lot of it.
yeah,
And it hits a
but
treehouse.
It was straight up a like stationary image
Which-
that they put
Yeah.
that smoke over.
And it
Can
just
we-
like trails across the screen.
Can we talk about how that doesn't make sense with the way the window is? Because we've talked about it before. The window is literally, 6 feet away from another house?
Yeah.
Like, so the rocket would have gone straight into the house.
Hell yeah.
Like, it would have had to have curved up and then curved away and then down.
Or to the right, or to the left at least.
It would have had to have gone somewhere other than straight out for it to hit the treehouse, but it didn't look like it was ever going to curve. when
So
it went
not
out.
only
No?
is it not a bottle episode, but it's also got shit continuity.
Yes.
The continuity, listen, the continuity in Drake and Josh literally makes no sense ever.
The continuity fits whatever they need for the plot.
And
they
that's what our
currently
audience
provide.
loves. Right, guys?
Just like our show, we have no continuity. We just talk about whatever the fuck.
Our audience, I picture as just these little audio bumps. That's them.
There's like 4 of you guys, and we appreciate you so much.
Y'all are the goats.
Y'all
Well,
are
you
the-
have notes, right?
Yeah, okay, so rocket hit. Oh, I appreciate you guys too. I don't want to just make that
He
scene
didn't.
flippant.
He didn't.
No, I do.
He didn't give a fuck.
So the rocket hits a treehouse
Fucking
next door.
boomer.
They go. They go outside.
You were like, all right, but cool it.
They go outside. The Drake and Josh's parents apologize to the parents next door.
Yep.
They're like, the parents next door are like, oh,
Bitch kid.
it's okay, but we just have to wait to tell Robbie because Robbie
Robbie's
is.
a little
he's got
Robbie's
issues.
he's a little bitch.
Let's not say the
basically.
C word. I want
I
to.
almost did.
I want to
I
so
didn't.
bad.
There it is. So They're trying
I'm sorry.
to just like pass it off, right? But then Robbie shows up. And Robbie he's got these two stupid fucking toys in his hands.
His dumb
it's
little
the
remote.
It's the remote control and then the car.
Yeah,
and he
dumb.
changed.
He's like,
Fucking
my
dumb.
name's Robbie. I don't like that shit happens to me, bitch. The real world happens.
Right.
What happened to my treehouse?
And then he just
I hate
screams.
that kid so much.
Screams at the top of his lungs. So
That's exactly what it sounds like. I
Terrible.
apologize for the podcast listeners who have headphones in. Y'all have just died.
terrible acting.
Honestly, that's not even as loud as how we've gotten.
No,
to talk
but
about other
it
stuff.
is insane.
It is
though.
piercing.
Terrible fucking acting, terrible screaming. My note was world doesn't revolve around you, dumb bitch.
My
And
note,
then-
my one note for the kid is fuck that kid.
yeah. Then someone says tough squash.
The dad, Walter.
Great.
Walter
great
is
saying.
like tough squat because
They don't want to rebuild it or something
Walter
like that.
and what's the mom's name again?
Audrey.
Walter and Audrey are like Drake and Josh will build.
That's a real boomer move of Walter, by the way.
tough
It
squash.
is. Drake and Josh.
All we said when that happened in the episode was, "Whoa, boomer."
Walter and Audrey are like to Robbie. They're like Drake and Josh are gonna build you a new treehouse tomorrow.
In one day.
While they're gone, while the family's gone at fucking what is it? Their cabin in Winnipeg, or
No, it was Fresno.
It
Fresno.
couldn't have been Winnipeg. Winnipeg's Canada, bitch.
Oh, is it? Whatever. They're in Fresno.
Fresno. That's great.
Fucking at their cabin. Who has a cabin in Fresno? First of all,
Rich people that live in San Diego.
There are no
I guess.
cabins in Fresno.
Rich people that live in San Diego.
Anyways, they're like, well, they'll build you a house tomorrow, and they're like, we can't. We have a date with twins, and then Walter's like, tough squash.
Yeah, and then the kid I forget what happens before this, but the kid starts screaming. He goes, "Ah!"
No, the kid starts doing that after Josh is like, well, you could cheer yourself up with your little remote control car. It'll be great. And so he's like, okay, I'll try. And he starts driving the fucking remote control
It
car.
immediately goes straight into the dead
Burnt.
fucking.
It crashes
Clubhouse.
into the burnt treehouse, and then a piece of it falls out of the sky.
Smashes it.
And destroys, it fucks up that fucking little...
So the kid starts
Truck.
screaming, and then Walter's just like, Drake is like, well, that was pleasant.
No, that was earlier.
Was it?
That was the first scream.
Oh, okay.
After the
I thought it
second
was the
scream
second one.
with the truck,
They all
And
just
the
run
whole
away.
family just fucks off.
And then all I wrote was big yikes. So that could have been literally anything in this episode because this whole episode was a big yikes.
It was
was.
terrible.
Can
So,
we all talk about how it was a big yikes?
Yeah, Miranda
was.
Lambert had a great parrot.
Cosgrove?
TR.
Miranda Cosgrove, dude.
That was a callback. That was intentional.
Miranda
I
Lambert.
know,
I wrote
because
it
I could
down.
tell by the way you looked at me. By the way you looked at me, you were like, check this out, bitch.
Good parrot shirt. All right, so we
I'm
jump.
ready to rate the episode.
Wait, real quick.
not even
Let's
close
just
to
run
done
through
yet.
it. We
I'm
can
just
we can
kidding.
zip through it though.
I'm literally just kidding, guys. Come on.
He's quote unquote literally just kidding. Classic fucking boomer move. So we jump forward to the next day, and all of a sudden there's an entire fucking treehouse built
It's almost entirely done.
with minus
three-fourths,
minus
three-fourths.
the fourth wall.
That, honestly, good joke.
Elbow in the ribs.
Got him.
Honestly, good joke.
No.
Honestly,
Fuck you.
fine joke. Okay.
Good
It
to
is-
fine to okay is not
honestly,
the same.
no.
word.
Honestly,
No.
it is.
You
No,
know what?
no. Let me say this. It is a line.
That doesn't mean it's a good line.
It
No.
doesn't matter.
The
It's
fact that
also-
it exists is
It's
not
also
good.
not even the fourth wall inside the
not.
treehouse.
Yeah.
No, I think it's an homage to just TV in general.
Yeah, it is, but also it wasn't even treated as the fourth wall. They pull it up and it's in frame the entire time. The fourth wall was a wall that already existed.
They didn't
That would have
break
been
the fourth wall.
really classic if that was the fourth wall.
It should have been.
Can you imagine the entire time they're trying to bash into it later on is just them bashing into the camera?
That would be dope.
That would have been weird.
That would have been amazing.
But they're not. They're not.
They
they're not
didn't.
good.
They didn't think about it.
They're
Dan
not good
Schneider,
enough for that.
Controversial.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that for the next episode.
Oh wow, this is exciting. Okay,
I don't
cool.
actually know.
Um,
I know there's some sort of controversial shit. I don't know anything about it.
So
And the
they,
next one?
they fucking okay.
We'll find out. Maybe we'll Google.
Cool.
They pull up the fourth air quote fourth wall
Yeah.
and into place, which through this complicated pulley system that has no reason to be there.
Oh, before that, also Megan gets dragged into this whole predicament to building the treehouse because Drake
Air
and Josh
quotes,
had
she was
said
there.
that she helped them with the rocket, even though all she really was in the room.
Yeah, so she misses like Jeannie's birthday
And
party or
she
something.
also told them that what
She's
they were doing was
pissed.
wrong.
Right.
She was like, no, you have to put in the plate after. And they
Right.
were like, no, before. And she
Yeah.
was like, well, this isn't going to work. And
She
so
was like,
they
you're a
shoved
fucking nerd.
They shoved it in anyway.
So we've got Megan missing Jeannie's birthday party. You have Drake and Josh missing the date with the hot twins. They jump up into the fucking treehouse and they pulley system the fourth wall up. And then,
Scary.
oops, forgot to drill the fucking door open.
Cut. Saw. Power saw the door.
Let me just fucking
Magic marker.
titanium drill the fucking...
Yeah, titanium screws.
Who's using titanium screws?
Thoughts about titanium screws?
Fucking stupid. Who's
There you
using
go.
titanium screws on a
What's wrong
fucking
with
tree
titanium
You heard it here first.
Titanium is expensive as fuck.
They're rich. They have 5 cars.
Who's using a titanium?
It's a good throwback to the last episode. Even though, let's say we recorded it 10 months ago.
1 month ago to the day.
Namaste. So what do you guys rate this episode?
Fuck you.
Let me just fucking end this episode.
We're not even close to done with this episode.
I have a note. Titanium screws. We're looking up how much they cost. We're on McMastercard.com.
These aren't even real screws. These are like...
Can we get out of this website and
Wait.
not focus on titanium screws?
No, I'm curious. Just click on one. See what the price is.
sheet metal screws, lag screws.
Tap screws for sure.
It'd be wood screws.
Yeah.
Not even wood screws. You know why there's no wood
Whatever,
screws?
boomer.
Because
They don't exist.
it's fucking stupid to use titanium in a wood screw.
All right,
fucking
so
boomer.
weird reference on the titanium screws. Also, Josh's
Yeah.
acting when he's undrilling the wall or drilling the wall.
No,
Just
drilling the wall in
fucking
general.
terrible.
That was cancer. Oh,
Didn't fucking
God.
move his hands. He just hit the drill
No,
trigger.
the thing is he didn't put screws in at the beginning.
Yeah, he just went.
No, he was just like...
like.
It was like he was drilling holes. Like, that's what
He
you
was
would do.
drilling holes.
If you had a drill bit in there and you were drilling holes, fine.
Fine.
There was no way those screws were pre-sunk like that.
That's classic millennial. Never worked a day in his fucking life and has no idea what
The
real
thing is,
labor
though,
is.
The thing is, though, is that Josh is meant to be the handy one.
He
Yeah,
is,
that's
which is weird.
great
considering
joke.
he's a
Remember when he
nerd.
built the dune buggy?
Yeah, and he did that by himself pretty much.
So, actually, I mean, it makes sense that he was the one that was building the treehouse,
Okay.
but he wasn't doing a great job
So if
at
he's
miming it.
if he's quote unquote handy, right? He drills that wall in. They realize they're locked in the treehouse. Why can't they just unscrew the fucking wall and drop it back down?
Because he's a
They're dumb.
fucking idiot.
Bad plot. Bad plot. We get no twins for you. That's a good no soup for you reference. Speaking of Seinfeld,
Did they actually say that?
they said no twins for
Oh,
you.
fuck.
That's a good throwback.
Megan said that.
Yeah, Megan says no twins for you.
Because they're like, Megan, give us the power saw so we can cut a door open.
right, they're peeking out of a window that they could easily both fit through.
And they make a whole bit out of it where Josh is trying to push Drake through this window.
And he can't
he's
get
like,
through.
I can't go. And it's like, you have a half a foot
His entire
of fucking
shoulder
space.
is under the top of the windowsill.
He could have made it out so easily. It's fucking insane.
But my so my next note is just destroyed car. I don't know what that's in reference
the kids.
to. Oh, his
RC
little remote
car.
control car. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so we're jumping back a little bit.
Snow con. Drake calls it a snow con.
Yeah.
So Drake can't pronounce words this episode.
He's dumb as fuck.
Fuselage, he couldn't pronounce.
Yeah.
He couldn't. Did I just?
Oh
drink
yeah,
your beer
yeah.
again?
No, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You're good. I know you're clean. But then, yeah. So, but Josh is like, he's like, pronounce it out, because like,
Sound it out.
Yeah, because
The
Drake
phrase is not pronounce it out. It's
Sound it out. Yeah. Anyways, back to where
You're
we
a
were.
fucking boomer, bitch.
Drake and Josh are stuck in the fucking treehouse for a while. They try and catch a squirrel to tie a note to its tail. It doesn't work out.
Emergency dental floss.
Yep, Josh has emergency dental floss. He's got
Snow con.
I guess that does happen before that. Megan leaves to go get a snow cone, and Drake is like, "Get me a snow cone." Fucking
Yeah, ridiculous. This is
Back and forth.
This isn't Comic-Con.
Back and forth. Megan scream.
The Megan. You're
Megan
way
was a
behind
real.
us.
Like I get
TVY7 is my next note.
I get Megan was like kind of fucked over this episode, but also she was a real bitch.
She was being a jerk.
Oh,
Like-
TVY7 came up because Will was asking. You were asking if there was like scandalous stuff in the show, and I was like, no.
they
It's
talk about sex. They're talking about hot
Oh,
twins. the
right,
entire
yeah.
time.
And I was like, no, it's TVY7 only.
Yeah, classic.
So I wrote it down.
But so like they're like
Megan starts grilling at one point.
Tame squirrel.
she throws a raw meat patty at them and they fucking eat it. They eat the raw meat.
Straight
patty.
up eat the raw meat, and they're very dramatic about it, which is disgusting.
And they're just
It's
continuing
awful.
to eat it.
Fucking hate it, dude.
Salmonella out the ass.
No, not salmonella.
E.
from
coli.
that. What do you get from fucking raw meat? You get
Salmonella.
You get tapeworms from raw meat.
I thought it was
raw
salmonella.
beef.
Tapeworms out the
Salmonella.
ass, literally.
Yeah.
Gross.
Will tapeworms actually? Oh, that's fucked.
All right, so look, Craig and Eric show up.
Yes.
Right, that's my first interaction with those two characters. Super sexual overtones or undertones rather, with like
Overtones. They're fucking.
They're
They're like, nah, we ain't fucking.
they hit Megan with like a "Can we show Drake and Josh our rockets?" quote, which is like
That means they're red hot hard dog cocks. You know, like a dog has
Dog
a red
dick
rub?
red, man.
Yeah, dog dick red. Jesus Christ.
That's a Hat Films reference,
So,
right?
yeah.
that's my last note.
It is
so-
a Had Films reference.
It's
You
on
stopped
y'all.
taking notes after that?
Yeah, that's
So-
my point.
Craig and
I
Eric
put
show
tame
up.
squirrel.
No, Craig and Eric show up, and Megan's like, fuck off. And then the twins call the house.
Yep.
And Megan answers the phone and is like, hey, are Drake and Josh there? And they're like, she's like, nah, they moved to Canada, but they sent these other guys because they feel bad about missing the date. And so she sends Craig and Eric. The girls are like, oh my god, you guys are so funny. And then they fuck off and leave. Why did it get so dark in here all of a sudden?
Because it's nighttime.
Because the sun set.
Fuck.
It's winter and it's 5:55.
And so Craig and Eric show up and they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah.
What is in my note even
Rocketeer. And yeah, so the girls
Listen,
fuck
so the
bail on them
episode-
on the date.
The episode is basically, the end of it is that Craig and Eric are on the date. Drake and Josh are stuck within the treehouse. They keep trying to bash it down. And then the episode ends with them crashing into the ground.
They knock the treehouse over from the inside and they're hurt and they're just saying all these synonyms for...
And the chicks leave them.
They're playing an alphabet game. They
Yeah.
go from A to B to C to D to E.
That's right, because they were playing it earlier in the
Right.
day and he was like, this is a bad game.
Yeah.
And Josh is like, I know.
But they call it back at the end there.
Yes.
Because they're doing it in
and
alphabet.
they're
And-
saying sad words.
Yep.
And the chicks leave Craig and Eric at the date.
Yes.
So I realize we're very deep into this episode. What do you rate it, Trevor, out of 10 quatlers?
4. No, 5. 5 out of 10 quatlers. It was alright.
I
There's
will
solid
rate it.
memes that come out of this episode.
I will rate
so.
it a 7 out of 10 quatlers.
Really?
Yes.
Are
Confidently.
you guys serious?
I
Yes.
said 5.
What do you rate it?
I'm like at a 3.
Wow.
So what does that come out to? That comes out to about a 5. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it does.
I-
That's
A 5 out of-
generous.
what?
This is
Mine?
not a good episode.
I liked it for different reasons. I didn't find any of it objectionable. I liked it. I enjoyed myself all the way through. Maybe it was because of the conversations that I was having during the episode. Namaste.
True.
But
There's some cut content from this.
a lot of cut content.
If you join our Patreon, you can.
Yeah, if you join our Patreon, you will see the uncut, explicit edition of this episode.
We don't have a
which is patreon.com/Drake and Josh pod /Trevor /Jacob /Will podcast
/Kirk.
/Kirk podcast.
We don't have a Patreon yet. Please ignore all of this. There's no
Yeah, that was
uncut-
mainly
there's no
joke.
cut content.
So who do we want to shout out?
Titanium screws.
We want to shout out Titanium Screws as a whole.
No, we want
Ryan Happy is a shout out.
Okay.
I would like to shout out
Jason Howard, set decoration.
Gail Rowland Ryan, assistant hairstylist, as Gail Ryan.
Who do you
If
got?
you could scroll back up. Dink O'Neill, not credited, but in the cast, in credits order, Dink O'Neill.
Also, Matthew J. Evans as Robbie, you little fuck.
And
Yeah.
I will say, directed by Roger Christensen, who I have not, I don't remember at the very least. Which shout out to him. How many episodes of Drake and Josh has he recorded? Or has he
He
directed?
directed.
Not recorded.
It looks like he did some stuff with Friends.
Miscellaneous
Scroll down.
crew. She was on
Chinese
Joey
girl.
too.
Can you
Technical
please scroll
coordinator.
down for. Oh no! Click on director up top,
Left.
left, and clicked. Scroll down.
The Haunted
Scroll down.
Hathaways?
Scroll down. Scroll down.
iCarly.
Scroll down, please. Okay, so
Hannah
he's-
Montana. Zoe
Okay,
101.
so he's
Corey in the
directed
House.
for Drake and Josh. He's directed 8 episodes. The most recent being.
No, more than that. Oh wait, no.
It says 8 episodes.
You're right.
But shout out to him.
Also directed 2 Friends episodes. The one with the pediatrician. The one where Rachel's sister babysits. Don't know any of those.
No, I don't either. I
This
haven't
one
seen the show.
I don't like. This one I don't remember.
But that has been the episode of the Treehouse episode of Drake and Josh. I apologize for it just being mostly tangents. But also at the same time, fuck it, that's what the podcast is about.
Yeah.
I've been Jacob.
I've been Trevor.
Ivan William.
And go watch some Drake and Josh.